Welcome back to Dubbzi Bricks for another episode of Building Gotham City in Lego. In the last update, we made some changes to the island. We rotated it around by 90 degrees. The cave and the lighthouse have now got a section rockwork between them, which I think looks a lot better. The two corners here, they've grown in size, which has given me a larger footprint for Arkham Island and for the asylum to sit on. So really excited to start the asylum, which we'll be doing in the next week or so. Yeah, I've got some visions which I'm really hoping that I can bring to life with the brick. Also moved the raised platform down, and that is so that we can free up some space in the far corner there for a cathedral, which is one building I can't wait to get started on. We made the bridge here modular, and we've also put a tunnel through there as well, so the train goes through the bridge rather than just under it now. But the part I want to work on in this update is this section over here to get it ready for Ace Chemicals and the Jacob Funhouse. I want to change this grey wall out for rockwork. I think that's going to look a lot better than just having this smooth wall going along here. The Mills plate there needs to be amended, so that's actually water. So we're going to have water coming all the way along here and through here, and work out where we're going to be putting the road, which is going to have the bridge leading across to Arkham Island. So we've got plenty of planning to do in this video. But first of all, let's start off by amending this section here. And start doing some rock work along here. However, I'm not liking the vibe of it. I don't think it's what I'm after for that area. So I'm going to go back to a brick built wall, but with a lot more detail in there, rather than just having that smooth finish. Worth a try. It's not taking too long to get to that stage. But yeah, let's try something different and see if we can improve on it. And yesterday I was in Dublin, so I popped by to both the Lego stores, the Blanchardstown and also the Grafton Street. And we've picked up a box in each of the stores there. And the selection was really good in both stores. They had different parts on there. In this box here, as you can see, I've packed it to the max here. And we've got a load of the 6x8 white plates. This is for my Tantive build. And I've got the 2x2 dark tan tiles. And this is for going underneath the rail track in the tunnel of the raised platform area. I've got some 2x1 snot bricks in green. First time I've seen those on the wall. Got some 1x8 of the orangish plate. I've got a whole load of these clip parts here, and these I've been using on the suspension bridge on the support, so I needed a load of those. Just need the clip end, the other part that clips on to that. And the other good part I've got here are these two ball joint pieces. So these are going to be so helpful for attaching the skin on the cockpit of the Tantive. So filled the rest of the box up with that. And also in here, I've got a whole load of the headlight bricks in light bluish grey. And again, these are coming very handy for the buildings around Gotham City for adding details to the brickwork. So yeah, nice box there. That one was from Grafton Street. And then Blanchardstown, which was the store I went to first. It didn't have as much up there as I was hoping for. Had a look on the menu and they were able to get some stuff out the back, which was really good. You always get amazing service up there. Apparently they have got some new stuff coming in very soon. So just to fill the box up here, we've got some 1x6 reddish brown bricks and some olive green masonry bricks. The brown bricks come in handy for when we do the amendments to Arkham Asylum. Here we've got some of the 2x4 white tiles, some 3x3 white plates and some 1x6 plates. So again, the tiles and the plates there will be for the Tantive build. So that entire stack there is all of those. We've then got some more plates. We're going to use so much white plate on the Tantive. We've got some 1x8 plates. And then the rest of the box has got, we've got some olive masonry bricks. And then another stack of the 3x3 white plate. So yeah, really happy with that haul. Those parts are going to come in handy for both Gotham City and the Tantive. I thought whilst I'm doing the amendments to this part of the raised platform area, I will tile underneath the railway track. Previously, it was just resting on the studs, which isn't the correct way of doing it. So yeah, we've got some of the dark tan tiles from the Lego store yesterday. So now I can just tile that all out and the track be put down how it should be. And that's the track all down. Now, I've never actually run a Lego train in my city here, or a Lego train full stop. So I'm not sure whether or not this is normal, but it's all connected to the base plates in there on the straight. And then as soon as you start the curve, that's when I'll start the tiling. And this here is just a fraction out, just half a plate. line stud wise that way, it's perfect. I've wedged it in between two raised plates either side just there, and again it's connected perfectly just here, but yeah, just that a little bit out, so I'm not sure if that's normal or not, but yeah, it's working. It's nice and firmly down, there's no bounce on the track, which is good. So looking forward to getting the train running around here. Now I'm amazed at how many tiles that's used up. One thing I am considering at the moment is in this corner here is having a Lazarus pit. I think this could possibly be one of the best places to have it. I'm not going to put it in today due to the way that I'm building this. It'd be very easy for me to stick it in afterwards, just amend the wall, and what I'll probably do is just do some rock work along there, cut a hole in the wall here so you can see into it, and possibly have some steps coming down to the Lazarus pit from there. But yeah, just something I'm considering at the moment. Anyway, what we're going to do now, I'm just going to carry on building all of the supports up along this section here, do the wall along the waterfront, put the plates down ready for the water, and I'll check back in once I've done so. And there we have the raised platform all amended. It took a lot longer than I was expecting. Due to the extension on here, I had to pretty much change the entire mills plates on the top. Now, some of the surface is fixed in place. This here is all fixed in place. Where that drops down by one stud or one plate, that's a mills plate. There's another one just there. The front section there is fixed in place, and then that one there is a 32 by 32 mills plate, which all just lift off, so I can get good access to the train line down below. Now, this ledge here, originally this was going to step back a lot further, and this part here wasn't going to come out as much. However, it was interfering with the train line. The train was just clipping the wall, so I had to bring this forward. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do on this ledge here just yet. I'm sure there's some detail that I can put on there, but I've tried to go for as much detail as possible with the weathered effect on the wall there. But what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to bring the Ace Chemicals building over to the top here, move the Joker's Funhouse to where I think I'm going to be putting that, and then it'll give me a good idea of how we're getting on. And there we have the revised platform with the buildings on top, and this is the first option I've got, having the Joker's Funhouse on the right hand side, Ace Chemicals on the left. Now, there are a couple of things with it being this way round. Ace Chemicals is going to be changing a fair bit. I want to have a lot more external details on there, like some vats and other bits. Also, I need to put lights inside the build, so I'm going to have to do a fair bit of work on the inside of it anyway. So if I do want to make any changes, then it's not going to be too much of an issue, because I can do it all while I'm putting the lights in. At the moment, the only way you can see the details on the inside is by removing the lid or that panel on the front. I'm thinking if I do have it in that position, it might be better to have either removable back or actually have it so there is no back on it, so you can just see inside the structure. So if I do leave it there, just need to make those decisions. With the Joker's Funhouse, it would have been nice to have pushed it back a little bit. However, between where the helicopters and the building is the entrance to the subway, so I can't push it back any further there. Now, one thing I am wondering at the moment is, would I be better off putting the Joker's Funhouse in the back corner and bring Ace Chemicals over to this part here? So I'm just going to move those around now just to see if it looks any better. And there we have the buildings around the other way, and I think I prefer it this way. It's nice having the Funhouse tucked back a little bit, as there's room there now potentially for another fairground ride. Obviously, it depends how much the roller coaster is going to affect it, but it would enable me to bring more colour into the build. Now, by pushing it back, it does feel a little bit better. It feels further away from the island. When it was right at the front, it was very tall, and it was making these two structures feel very close together, which was one of the problems I had before. People might think that being tucked back, you're not really seeing the full Funhouse, but what you've got to remember is this is a city which is designed to have vantage points the whole way around the table. So it's not just where I'm stood now, or even if you're stood here, it doesn't matter if the face is obstructed, because when you're walking around that side of the table, then you'll be able to see it perfectly. And when you go around the back, you'll be able to see all the other sides as well. So yeah, I'm not worried too much about that side of things. Now, what I do need to do is work out how the bridge is going to be coming across to the island here. If I go straight across there, it's in the way of Ace Chemicals. And even if I did go straight across there, move Ace Chemicals to this position just here, the subway entrance is in the way, unless I have the road curving round or have it go at a 45-degree angle once I get to the raised platform. I could start it off here and go across an angle over to the platform that way. That is a possibility. So yeah, I just need to work this out. I need to amend these two mills plates here. This one's set up for a road and that one's set up for a structure. So I need to get that ready so I can have water on there. But also I need to work out whether or not I am actually going to put a ferry terminal in here. If I put a ferry terminal in down there, then obviously that mill's plate will just need to be tweaked. It won't need to have all of those parts pulled up on there. But if I do put it there, I do need to make sure that the road can still get across. So yeah, plenty of decisions to make with this. I think what I'm going to start off by doing now is plating off this entire water section, and that should then help me to visualise this all a lot better, because at the moment I'm seeing too much grey there. So yeah, let's do that now, and I'll check back in once we've amended it. And I've gone as far as I can go with plating off the C area. I've run out of black plate, I've run out of dark blue plate, and I've pretty much run out of trans cheese wedges as well. So I have still got probably enough trans blue to do 2 tiles of the normal tiling, but not the wave effect on there. So yeah, have to hope that when I go up to Dublin next that they have got some trans blue pieces on the pick a brick wall. Much happier having this rock work along the bottom. However, that one bit that sticks out, I'm not liking that, so I think I'm going to lose that bit, or certainly make it so it slopes up a different angle. It's yeah, it just doesn't look right. Now with the road going across it, this is just resting on here, and I think this is where the road is going to be. It's only going to be a single road, so it's not going to be as wide. I think the narrower I go with the road is the bigger the island is going to feel. So I just need to work out what style of bridge I'm going to have there, and am I going to have it as a drawbridge in case I want boats to come underneath it. I think I will. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what we can come up with design wise for the bridge. Now with the road, it does lead over straight into the path of the subway entrance. However, with the subway, there was a set of steps that went up that side as well, so I can quite easily use the steps outside, which are blocked off, and then do away with the ones on that side. That way, that solves that problem. It would be nice to bring the Joker's Funhouse forward, but as I've said many times, when you bring the building forward, it just feels a little bit too close to the city. So yeah, just need to have a good think about how I want all of that to look over there. Anyway, I've just had a parcel arrive from lego.com from their pick a brick, so let's just show you what's in there. There are pieces in there for the Tantive and Gotham, and we've had this packet come in from lego.com, and it's got a whole host of pieces in here for our Gotham City. So let's just pour it all out and I'll show you what we've got. Now some of the parts are also for my Tantive build, but yeah, really excited with what we've got in here. So first up, we have got some minifigure legs here and some torsos, and these are going to be for Joker henchmen. So I think I've got 4 sets of those. Need to work out what I'm going to do for heads and hair pieces or hats, and I'll probably change the hands over as well. I've got a whole load of these candle pieces here in brown, and they're going to be for my trees as well as the stems here. Now for those who've watched previous videos, I did make some trees previously and I didn't have these in brown, I only had them in green, and I also was using cylinders as opposed to these candle pieces, so they're going to work a lot better. And I've also got the bottom part as well there so I can connect it to the actual base plate itself. We've got some tyres here. Now this is for a vehicle for Arkham Asylum, along with the wheel pieces as well. We've got a roof piece here for the vehicle, and I'm going to be using the instructions from the Lego set from I think it's about 2007. I'll put an image on screen now, and I'm going to be using that for inspiration because I really do like the look of that. We've got some arches here. Now this is for the windows on the lighthouse. It's just one of the finishing touches I needed to put on there. I've got a whole load of these fence elements here. Now these are either going to be used sideways as a wire fence for the Arkham Asylum, or I'm going to be using them on the bridge of Gotham. So I will show you that in a little while as to a couple of different ideas for detailing the bridge. Some amendments to that. We've got some black curved slopes here. These are for the lighthouse. I've got a whole load of roof elements here in quite the steep slope here. So these are the corner ones, and then we've got these ones here. And this again is for Arkham Asylum. I've got a load of 1x8 dark bluish grey tiles there for the suspension part of the bridge. And I've got some of these arm pieces here, and I've no idea what I got these for, so I'm gonna have to try and remember what it was for. I did make a list of it. A load of these black snot bricks. Got some curved slopes here. This is for the top of the escape pod on my Tantive build, and then I've got a load of other pieces for my Tantive corridors. Got some more of the dark bluish grey arches, as they always come in very handy within Gotham City. Got some normal wheel arches here. Again, this is for the vehicle. I've got this blue door here. This is for a future mock that I'm considering at the moment. The windscreen for the vehicle. And what else have we got here? And yes, we've got a load of these snot bricks here in red, and the cylinders. And these are to help make some fire hydrants. So I've got the other pieces as well to go on here. So I've got, I think, enough to do 20 of those to put all around the city. We have got some of these 1x2 snot bricks, which again will be for the Gotham City. Oh, actually, no, there's a couple more different pieces here. White 2x6 tiles. And again, we've got a couple of these windscreen parts, which, as mentioned, these are for a potential future mock. I thought I'd just order the pieces in now while they're still available, just in case for any reason they discontinue the parts. And we've got some of these macaroni tiles, and these are the 3x3 ones, and I need these for tiling off the corners on the pavement area. So it's nice to finally have those to fill in those gaps. And I think I've got about 20 of those in here. So we've got some of these minifigure shields. This is for a future mock. Some black wheel arches. One of these telescope pieces here, which I'm going to be putting on the waterfront. So you've got somebody looking out over the water to see what's happening out at sea. And we have a hat here, which is going to be for the Mad Hatter or his shop. So I'm going to start getting as many different hats as I can for when we get to that part of Gotham. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the update. If you have, please remember to give us a big thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future content on the channel. And if you know anybody else you think would be interested in building Gotham City and Lego, if you could share the channel with them, it'd be much appreciated. Anyway, thanks for stopping on by, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.